Yeah. So opening statement wise, I'm proud of the way our kids fought. Um, I thought their defense played a great game, kept us in the game. Obviously, made a big pick six to a big momentum swing early on in the game, and obviously really disappointed at the end. Um, when they have their Hail Mary team out there, and then they run their kickoff team out there, and then they run their Hail Mary team off there, you have to stand over the ball and give us time to change, and it didn't happen. The guy on our sideline said, "Well, if we didn't stand over it, then we screwed up majorly." And I said, "Well, that's what you just did." So they got a chance to kick a field goal, and they gave them an extra chance, and they made it because we had our victory team, our field goal block team, and then we had to go put our victory team back out there. And that's why they have the official that stands over the ball so teams have time to substitute. And it's frustrating that it comes down because it was a good game. The two teams fought hard. I thought they played great. That defense is really good. Thought they fought hard on offense. To come down to something like that is frustrating. And, it is what it is. So we get to swallow a pill and learn from it.
Coach, what went into the decision to go for that offense instead of kicking?
Oof, into the wind. Yeah, I mean, pregame, if we were going the other way, we would have kicked it for sure, 100%, It was a different going into that wind. And we had a 1 in 100 chance. If we would have gotten another 10, 15 yards, it would have been a difference. We had a great call on third down. John decides to pull the ball and trips and falls on his face. He had 10, 15 yards in front of him. I mean, it's so frustrating for a senior like that to make the right decision and have a chance to go win the game, get us down to like the 15, and then we could have centered the ball and probably had a pretty easy one for him to trip. But we had to go for it. At that point, we had to get the first down and try to really probably get 2 more first downs to really put ourselves in a position into that win that we felt comfortable. We had talked about where we were comfortable, and it sure as heck wasn't the 30. It was more like the 15. So we knew going in that we had that, and that was the worry with them is that they were going to be able to take a longer field goal going the way they had. But it was a pretty easy decision once I saw what yard line we were on because we had already decided that the 25 would be the most we'd try, but we really wanted to get it inside the 20. I saw us outside the 30, and I used our timeout so that we could put together a fourth down play, and we didn't execute it well enough.
Coach, not just helping Monte all year, but it seemed like he was getting a lot of difficult looks and getting stuff with line of scrimmage. Just what you see.
I know. I mean, they're good on defense. They're number one defense in their league for a reason. They do a good job of loading up that box, and those safeties do a really good job of coming down and tackling. He had probably about 4 times that he was shoestring, that he tripped. If he just stays on his feet, we got him big. But we tried to stay patient with him and just keep trusting him and trust him, knowing he'd pop one. And never quite hit a big one, but he definitely got loose a couple times there when we needed him late. And but I mean, I think that's the thing about them is they're always going to have 2 more than you in the box, and we're trying our best formationally to make sure those extra guys were safeties, so they were a little slower to get there, so we could grind out 3-4 yards a pop. And but give them credit. I mean, they're going to play man outside. We need to make some plays outside. We didn't make enough. Made a couple. But we need to make a couple more. And then John on that 1 2-minute drill left the ball inside. We had Gio 1-on-1 outside breaking route, and he threw it inside, unfortunately for him. But yeah, they did a good job. We knew we could hit him 1-on-1 with safeties, and he made a couple people miss, but never clean enough to go get one like a 30, 40, 50. And it's crazy that we're accustomed to him hitting 50, 60-yard runs, and if he doesn't, we're like, what happened? Most guys have 2 of those a year. The big 50-yard run where he has like 1 a game. So yes, it is a weird game for him to not have a 50-yarder, but yeah, he's done that a lot. We've been able to get him in space, and we weren't able to get it done enough today.
With the offense struggling in the first half, how important was it for you to get that interception return for a touchdown?
Huge. We were able to flip kind of in the second half what they did to us. They won the toss, and the wind was not a huge factor, but a pretty big factor. And we had the ball for 11 minutes in the first quarter. They had the ball for 11 minutes in the second quarter. The difference is in the quarter that they got the ball, they had the wind. And for our 11-minute quarter, we were into it most of the day. So we flipped that on them in the second half to give us an advantage. But our defense, I thought, did a great job of bending but not breaking. That one play, I know Kareem did a great job. Justin Tranquil made that play. I mean, they came out of the boot. They ran a slide route. I saw it coming. Tranquil dropped out of the safety spot and ran right into the hip pocket of the guy he wanted to throw to, which forced him to throw it high and away. So I just want to give him credit. and then the ball was tipped up, and Kareem took it to the house. So that was huge. Other defense, we fed off them. We knew we were going against the top 20 defense, and we knew it was going to be hard, and we're going to have to grind it out. And the time of possession was big. We lost. It was 32-27, so they got us by 5 minutes, which we knew was going to be tough because we are kind of a bend but don't break on our defense a little bit, and they're a stout defense, so it's hard to win that. And at halftime, we were pretty even, so I was proud of that. But we knew it was going to be a tough game. We knew it was going to go down to the wire. We talked about it going to overtime, which I think it should have. And it comes down to one call, and that's what happens sometimes. Two good teams play.
Coach, talk about a little bit of your senior class. You have a lot of seniors that you're going to be seeing moving on. Talk about that class. Talk about what they mean to the team, the core of the team, and to the youngsters coming up in the next man up.
Well, it's huge. It's this is the second winningest class in the history of our program, and they were the main people that helped us through a transition that no one else has ever made it through, and so we've continued to grow every single year, and they've been the glue that kind of holds us together, and you can't take any of that away from them. They were not given the situation where they inherited me, you know what I mean? So we had to start building a relationship with them immediately, and man, it's grown stronger and stronger and stronger, and I know how hard that is. The guy I finished playing with was not the guy that recruited me, and it's different. And as a head coach, you have to welcome that relationship. And so this group means a ton to me, and everything that they've helped us get through so that we can continue to grow the program. And there wasn't, that we didn't, let what happened to a lot of other programs in our league happen. What happens to them when this situation happens? So I'm very proud of them for that. I've told them that multiple times, and in there I just told them we're going to talk about the fact that you're the second winningest class ever to play here, and I told them I loved each one of them, and they're not going to be strangers. They're going to be around the building. They're always going to be welcome at practice, and I think they're going to be around quite a bit. Tranquil said he's staying in town, so he'll be over all the darn time.
This is the second trip to Metroplex for some of these seniors, because they were here for the Cotton Bowl a few years back. So to come back for this, were there any type of, I'm not going to say leadovers, but, were they able to help out the youngsters about what to expect when they come into this city, into this metropolitan area?
No, I think what they did is I think they just got our players fired up about coming because they talked about how great Dallas was. As the moment we announced we were going to Dallas, they all had stories about the city and the people and how much they love football, and it just built a momentum of being excited for this trip. Knowing we're going to play a good team, it was going to be a battle, but that part of it was fun. Is that they really had a little stir of excitement as we got through because it's a long break. So having those guys talk about this town and what it was going to mean, and then when we got here and got to experience it, it's been a blessing. It's been great.
Now, Kent State was in the area a couple weeks ago. How important for the conference was it to have such a big representation, not only within the teams in the conference, but also the state of Michigan, where Eastern, Central, and Western all made a ball game this year?
He's saying how big is it? Oh, huge. I mean, I think we had seven teams go to bowl. We had 8 bowl eligible teams this year. I mean, it was a crazy year in our league. Kudos to all the schools in our league for making one, and that's what hurt. When we wanted to win one for our league, win one for our seniors, and we knew it was going to be a fight, and I thought we put ourselves in a position at least to get to overtime. That's, I think, the thing that's going to sting the most. But looking back, yes, as far as the league goes, excited to have this many people playing in the postseason, competing in the postseason. I know our postseason record last year as a league wasn't the greatest. It's already better, and we're competing, and that's what I think it says a lot about our league, and a lot about our state to have this many bowl eligible teams. I think all 5 teams in the state were bowl eligible, all Division I teams. So they play some good football. We play some good football in the Midwest, and I think we should have something to be proud of.
Last point, you came to this program at the time of transition, and John was the first starting quarterback coach. As a former Western Michigan quarterback yourself, what did you see John represent in this program, and how did you see him develop throughout the years?
I think John epitomizes the character of the type of kids we want on our program. We've had 2 quarterbacks win the Werfel Trophy for being a student athlete and involved in the community. The number 1 person in the country. We've had 2 in the last 10 years. We've also had a Campbell Trophy winner. Happened to all be quarterbacks, but 3 in 11 years is no one's done it. and that epitomizes the type of character that we're going to have on our team and those type of people. And I think he did a great job getting better as a football player. He is consistent, steady Eddie, makes the right reads. Unfortunately tripped once tonight, but he just continued to get more and more confidence and led our team with that consistent. When you have that guy that's the head that's never wavers, it helps everyone around him feel comfortable when we get in the ball and we need to drive down the field. He made a couple big throws on that drive, what would have been the game-winning drive, and so it's been fun to watch him grow. From his first year where he got hurt in Game 8, second year got hurt in Game 8, this year became a 3,000-yard passer and finally kept him healthy for a full season. So it's, I'm proud of where he's come. I'm sure he'll tell you all the things that he's upset about today because he wants to win that bad. But I'm proud of his consistency and what he's done. He epitomizes the character of our program.
We were trying to get they had their kicking team out, so we were going field goal block. And then last minute they switched, and we tried to get our victory people on, and then got caught with too many people. So.
How vital was that success to the house to get you guys going?
It was huge because our offense was struggling a little bit, and then that just gave us a boost going in the half. So anytime the defense can get their hands on the ball and then score is huge.
When you're going to look back on this frustration, what are you going to remember this time?
The relationships, the love that we have for one another. We were led by a great group of seniors, 22 of them. Great group of guys who are going on to do spectacular things, and it's just the relationships that we build and the love and care that we have for each other.